Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so today's video is just going to be about, it's going to be like a refresher course or a reminder about the signs and things that narcissists do so you can pick up on them faster. So something happened. There's a reason why I'm making this video. Okay, so let me share with you just a very little bit about where I'm at when it comes to narcissist abuse. So for those of you who have been on this channel for more than a year, going back probably 6 years now, for 5 years or more, I did nothing but narcissist abuse videos every single day. So one of the things I specialize in is I am a narcissist abuse recovery specialist, and I've been specializing in emotional healing for probably about 30 years now. I'm also an elite dating and relationship coach, and what I specialize in is a new discovery in communication between technically the left brain and the right brain, so between men and women. So men and women can connect on a mental, emotional, and physical level in a more meaningful way. Okay, so here's where I'm at. Something did happen. Well, how to explain this? Now, here's the thing. If you can hear my voice, I'm a lot better. I've dealt with it a lot better. Versus 5 or 6 years ago, it was kind of a horrifying experience going through that narcissistic abuse, because it was just like, whoa, it was shocking, it was intense, it was extreme. Now, for a lot of you, you will shut down for years, 2, 3, 4, even 5 or 6 years, depending on what you learn from YouTube channels like this. So, I'm going to give you a series of things to look out for, kind of as a refresher and a reminder. So, until you learn the signs, the red flags, you kind of go into what I call the Great Wall of China. Okay, if you've been on this channel a lot, I used to say that almost every video. You kind of close up and you isolate. You go to work, you go straight home. You don't talk to people. You kind of are like in your own world. And when you do open up to people, they're looking at you like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean, Like, why would they do that?" And so nobody, if they haven't gone through it, they're not going to validate you. They're not going to understand. So it's a kind of a dark phase that you go through for a while. But luckily, there's a lot of people that are aware of narcissist abuse now. It's all over social media. It's all over the news. It's all over. There's even songs out on it now. Now, here's the really cool thing. I think it was yesterday, the day before, it was on Facebook. Somebody made I don't know what they call them on Facebook, but like a YouTube short. And they had said one of the things was they included family, because normally for years, you could never mention family being, the people that traumatized you and attacked you and went after you. But now it is so normal for people to say, your friend, your family, your friends, your neighbors, the people you go to work with. And I'm like, wow, people are finally admitting and openly saying, yeah, family does it too. Whereas 10 plus years ago, people would look at me like, why would you say that about your family? I'm like, well, because it's true. Okay, so I'm going to be really, really honest with you guys. Someone that I had, interacted with, it wasn't really like a friend, but it was an associate, someone I knew, interacted with off and on. And it turns out they were a complete and total narcissist. Now, when I said I want to let you know where I'm at in comparison to, say, 6 years ago, you can hear it in my voice. Complete difference versus being intense and angry and horrified and just like the energy is just different. Here's the difference. I don't explain it. Instead of being scared, it's like anger. It's like, oh, okay, now I'm pissed. That's the difference. So instead of being disempowered and scared and, oh my God, what do I do? It's the complete opposite. I went on the offensive. Now, one of the things I've told people on this channel almost from the very beginning of the inception of when I switched from dating relationship coaching over to narcissist abuse is everybody was telling it, oh no, if you know someone's a narcissist, back away quietly. Don't let them know that just slowly back away. I'm like, hell no. Go on the offensive. Tell people around him, that guy's a narcissist. This is what he's done. This is what he said about you. This is what he said about you. Do the same thing that they've been doing, except tell the truth. Tell them what they are. While they're lying about you, tell people that they've said about them. Tell the truth. Now, in this case, I spoke to a couple people, well, more than a couple, and they all said, well, you do know that guy's a complete and total liar. He just fabricates stuff. He talks shit about everyone. He talks behind it. And they're like, Michael, everyone knows that guy is a liar, blah, 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 blah. And so there was a huge relief there. Now, the reason why I say go on the offensive is here's why. Now, I know that this person knows someone and they respect the hell out of that person. And you know why? Because that guy has yelled at them, has put them in their place, has blah, 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 and so did I. They don't back down until you put them in their place, until you get in their face and yell. And you don't even have to really yell. Be assertive and call them on what they've done, on the lies that they've said. And here's the best thing to do. If there's people around, all the greater. Because narcissists, number one, they don't want to be called out publicly as a narcissist. Because even if you say it and they call you a liar, that everyone's good from that point forward. Everyone's going to kind of have an open ear of like, well, wait a minute. Actually, that guy actually did this and he did this and he did that. So it tunes people in, even if they don't like you. Now, there's something that we call collecting receipts. So this is what it is. Okay, I've heard this before. What does that even mean? Well, this person will talk shit about other people. They'll tell you their personal stuff, like their medication or their this or their that. And on top of this, some of them will be the lies that they've said. Well, this person has probably heard this from one or two other people. You come along and say, hey, so-and-so said this about you. And they're like, no, shit, you're the third person. Blah, blah. In my case, this is what has happened. And so my thing is, be like the mail carrier, be like the newspaper boy, be like the what was that guy's name? Hold on. Be like Paul Revere. Get on your horse and start shouting out, the British are coming, the British are coming. Except you're saying, he's a narcissist, he's a narcissist, and just say it out loud. People are fed up with their bullshit. And people, the minute they hear it now, I would say probably 20%, maybe even 5 out of 10 people will know exactly what you're talking. They'll look at that person because they've already had this happen to them, their friends. They've heard about it on YouTube. They know the red flags. From that point forward, they're going to remember stuff the person's done, remember stuff the person said, and they're going to be alert, watching and listening to what this person does from that point forward. The battle has changed. The battle lines have shifted in our favor. People are aware. Now, this is someone I've befriended, protected, stood for, and etc. And I started noticing this quite a while back. It was months ago, actually more than months ago, quite a while back. And so I just started paying attention. I started listening to what they're saying. Now, I want to talk about, let's see, hold on. Let me see if I'm going to do it in this video. Hold on. Yeah, this is what this video is about. I've got 2 videos I'm going to make. So I'm going to talk about in this video, what does it actually mean when someone says, oh, the narcissist mask has slipped or it's fell? Now, if you notice my voice, I'm way more empowered. It's not the panic, scared, anger. It's just matter of fact to the point. It's different now. It's almost like when it revealed itself, it empowered the shit out of me. So what did I do? Oh yeah, this is the part I was going to say. I started taking receipts. Now what does that mean? I've already kind of gave that away. I started paying attention to what they were saying about people. They said so-and-so is schizophrenic and is on medication, and they were in the aisle and they had, what do they call it? What's it called when you fall down and you shake, you have a tremor? No, that's not the word. One. There's another word for it, but they were convulsing. They were having convulsions, okay? And they said, oh, yeah, their medication's off and blah, blah, blah. And they pissed themselves. The ambulance had to come. And I'm thinking, and I said it right to their face, because I'm already aware of the bullshit. I'm like, so why are you telling me this? That sounds like it's a very personal issue. I don't think they want you telling people. And I knew at this point, this guy is a fucking narcissist. Now, this is what I call taking receipts. And I believe this is what other people mean. It's like, I'm just gathering information. Now, here's the deal. I went to this person and told them. They said A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. And I could see his eyes lighting up going, oh shit. Because some of it's true and some of it is not true. Now, I don't know this person at all. So they're probably going, oh, how would he know that information about me? Unless so-and-so said something. So when you're feeding this person truths about their personal life that you wouldn't know, it's obvious that this other person told them, and they know you're telling the truth because of it. So then I went to another person who's a really good friend of mine. I said, hey, I've got it. Because here's the deal. I felt really bad because here I'm hearing this stuff about these people, and I didn't say it. I said, hey, I want to tell you something. This person told me that you're a narcissist, that you're this, to stay away from you, blah, 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 blah. He's like, are you joking? I'm like, no, I'm not joking. This is what I mean by taking receipts and going on the offensive. Let people know what's been going on. Now, in this case, both of them were already aware that this person's a liar. In fact, that was the first thing they both said, like, oh, so-and-so, Mike, so-and-so is such a freaking, what's the word? It was like something liar, like big liar. I can't remember the words they used, but it's like this person is, I think, pathological liar. Like that guy lies all the time, blah, 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 blah. So they were already onto it to some degree. So now, what you might be going, well, what if they don't believe you, or what if they don't want to listen to what you're saying? It doesn't matter, and here's why. Because now someone has alerted them. You are Paul Revere. The British are coming. The narcissists are coming. And here's what I mean. You put it into their awareness. So even if they look at you like, what are you talking about? No, no, they didn't, or I don't believe you, or whatever. What's going to happen, though, is this person has to be careful what they say around this person now. And if they say anything to anyone else or have in the past, and that person comes up and say, hey, so-and-so said this about you. So now someone that you don't know, that they know that you don't know, has came up to them and said the same damn thing or something very similar. Now they're going, oh, you got to be kidding me. So now they're aware of it. Here's the deal. Narcissists cannot stop. In this case, this person is so insecure with who they are, with what they do for a living. They have no life. Here's the thing. One of these people has actually known this guy for a long, long time because, he has no, he goes, do you know what he does? He goes straight home from work. He does nothing. He has no friends. He doesn't date. He does nothing but go to work and go home, and that's it. My point being is this. This is all he has to feel good about himself, and this is why they do it. They'll invite you over, they'll invite you to your workplace, and then they'll talk shit about you to other people. Because you know what, I saw a video recently about, oh God, what was it about? One of the things is how people, what's the word? Gossip. So this is what, gossip is, okay, this is one of the flags or the clues. They gossip a lot. They talk about other people. This is a huge narcissistic trait, red flag. Hopefully I saved that video. I'll talk about the points that they talked about. But this is one of the ones that stood out. It was essentially saying they do this because this is how they gain social hierarchy on the lower levels. On the lower levels, everyone's talking shit about everyone. And therefore, they're trying to get up the ladder. And so here's the deal. Without doing this, they don't feel good about themselves. One of the things I said in the video was like, it's like, hey, I know something about this person that you don't know, and that's where the gossip comes in. Oh, really? Now they're getting their fuel, they're getting their attention. Now they feel important. Look at me. I'm talking shit about this person over here. Without this, they're stuck with themselves, which is an empty life of emptiness, of do-nothingism. Now here's the thing, a while back, it might have been as far as last summer, I think, when I was not clued in. I saw this person in public for the first time. Hey, what's up, man? Blah, blah. Just said a couple things real quick, and he was like scared. I'm like, hey, man, are you okay? Something wrong? Like nobody was around. He was, oh, I'm fine. I'm like, okay. And it was really obvious, like he was afraid. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And so I didn't really think nothing of it, but it did cross my mind a little bit later. Like, okay, here's my point. That's kind of a red flag. If someone is like afraid for no reason, no one's around except you, they've probably been talking shit about you. And they're probably afraid that you know. Now let me give you another thing. It's kind of along the same lines. Is they they talk bad about so many people that they are in a constant defensive mode in every way. So you could say something really nice to them, and they're gonna go, how are they using that to hurt me? Like, or what's their trick? So no matter what you do, because they've been talking bad about you, because they may have been cutting you down, those little backhanded comments, all these little things kind of hurt your self-esteem. They assume whatever comes out of your mouth, there's got to be some kind of negative twist to it. Now, when I was a kid, my mother, there were times when people were very nice to her, and she would just be looking at them with these angry, smoldering eyes, like distrust. And then when they'd leave, she'd say, oh, they're just, and I remember the kid going, no, Mom, they're just being really nice. And no, and here's the thing, whenever you do something like that, that's going to make the narcissist angry at you. It's almost like you're seeing their mask slip, even when you don't. But in their mind, it's like, oh, so you're on their side, like they have to go after you now. Now you're going to get punishment. Okay, so now, if you are with someone and you do something kind, positive, say something neutral, funny, just good-spirited, or neutral, and they find a way to twist it into a negative, or they receive it in a negative way, or generally it's going through a filter, because in their eyes they're always trying to get over on someone, or belittle someone, or cut someone down, or hurt their feelings, and push them down so I can go up, that kind of thing. They are going to listen to everything you say through that same filter and assume, oh, you must have meant something negative. And if they can't figure it out right away, they'll try to think it through and be like, what are they trying to do here? All right, so here's my point in saying that. My purpose is, if you're with someone who does this, and no matter what you say, like they find a way to turn it into a negative, get away. There's nothing you're going to do. Nothing is going to change. Get away. Stop talking to the person. Every interaction is going to be like this for the rest of your life. It's just not going to change. Now, with an avoidant, they'll do a similar thing, but it's not because they're trying to beat you down. It's because when avoidants start getting close to people, they're looking for the exit. They're looking for a way out. So they're looking for a reason not to like you, because for the most part, people are like, well, I can't just leave them. I mean, have you ever okay, I'm a guy. It's happened to me. I've noticed it has happened to friends of mine in high school, etc. It's like, girls, instead of just breaking up, they have to have some big, dramatic, angry, hate-filled reason, or they hurt me. Like, no, they didn't. I remember as a kid going, so-and-so didn't do that. What are you talking about? And as I got older, I started to realize people, it's not just women, people, it's like they never stop and think like, well, it's like, because people are like, well, why are you breaking up with them? I don't know. I don't really have a reason. You can't tell that to your friends and family. They're like, well, so then why are you breaking up? You can't just like leave someone for no reason. I'm here to tell you, it is totally okay to leave someone for no reason at all. You just, for some reason, you're not interested, and that's fine. You don't have to trick them into doing something mean, or yell and scream and poke them to where they yell at you. Oh, he yelled at me. Oh, it's okay to be like, I just don't want to be with this person anymore. I don't have a reason other than just don't want to. And that's okay. Trust me, it's much better than hurting someone or starting a fight or an argument or something like that. The reason why I say that, believe it or not, but over the years, I've had a lot of clients that I've had to give that advice to. Like, so why do you have to have a reason to break up? Like, why can't you just be like, I'm not into it anymore. I'm sorry. It's not working for me. Versus looking for a reason or making up a reason to hurt them and say they're bad. Now, let's talk about the mask slipping, okay? Here's the deal. We, empaths, open-hearted people, by our very nature of being open, it causes other people around us to open up eventually. It's that there's something called rapport, unconscious rapport. We have something in our brain. It's like a program, or I call it the rapport gaining machine. We gain rapport with each other. So if you're an empath, you tend to be a very open person. You're just very honest, and you spit stuff out. And for a lot of people, they're not comfortable with that, because a lot of people, like, truth is a very forbidden, it's a forbidden subject for them. And I'm not talking about being mean. Sometimes you just like ask people, like, hey, like this person in general, I would like, why were you mean to that person? Like, they didn't do anything. Now, this is before I understood what was going on. And their answer was like, well, I don't know, I just don't like them. I'm like, but what did they do? Because I'm like, I didn't see him do anything. And like, well, what does that matter? I'm like, oh, okay, might be dealing with a narcissist. So our open nature, we can ask people questions, even if we have no negative or judgmental intentions at all. We just legitimately, we just want to know, like, well, I don't understand what happened. It can cause people to get really pissed. So a lot of people in society do not like open truth. They just don't want to do it. Especially narcissists. So by our very nature, just being open and speaking freely, etc., narcissists will start to do stuff openly in front of you. Now, they won't do it around other people, but there's something about our openness that causes them to just blatantly do stuff without thinking, oh shit, this person can see me. And in this case, this is exactly what had been happening for months and months and months. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Like, this person would just blatantly do the meanest things to people that were smaller, weaker, crippled. One person was missing the leg. I mean, just like, and I was like, now here's what I did though. I was like, why did you do that? That person didn't do anything at all. And so here's the deal. By doing that, they're realizing, oh shit, I let my mask down. They saw me, and now they're going to go on the attack. But in my case, I didn't give a shit. See, when you go through this stuff a lot and people humiliate and shame you and get mad and pull games on you and turn people against you, you just get used to it. You kind of, I don't think you could become numb, but you don't care. It becomes a neutral thing. You're like, yep, here we go again. And because you've been through so much bullshit, you just don't care. And you also realize there's a lot of other people that can see this person's bullshit and the people that join up with them. People can see it. People are aware. So what I started to do, and I wasn't even doing something to trick, I just was like, oh, okay, well, you're showing me your stuff, so let me collect some receipts, let me take some notes. So now that you're consciously aware of it, you're like, oh, they said this about so-and-so. They said, now here's one of the things I was doing was I was watching to see if any of this was true at all. So here's one of the narcissist mask slipping is when they're blatantly, okay, how do I say this? Because I was clued in, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say I was played them. It didn't play them at all. In fact, I didn't do anything at all except listen. That's all I did. But because I was so aware of what this person was and what they were doing, I just started listening and recording and taking receipts. And they were spilling their beans. It was like they were just telling, like, okay, here's one of the things. Like, all of a sudden, there was this person that they didn't like, and they were doing everything in their power to convince me that they were mentally ill, they're on medication. What's another thing they said? That they were like a psychopath, schizophrenic, and they were on a medication, and their medication's off, and all this crazy shit. In the beginning, I kind of fell for it because I was kind of afraid of this person. Like, whoa, like, what is this guy for real? Because this person that I knew was, in the beginning that they'd love bomb me very nice. So I'm like, okay, well. But the difference now is I'm very aware of, yeah, this could be a narcissistic thing. And sure enough, this person was just telling fallacies, stories. So here's one of the red flags. I'm going to go down my list. I've got a list here, so I'm kind of skipping through like different parts of it. I think this is like number 5 or 6, but I'll go back through that briefly. So if someone is trying to convince you, because it wasn't like they said it once or twice. I was like, okay, I heard you. It was like the 3rd, 4th, actually probably the 10th time. I'm like, I get it. I heard you. Like, what do you want me to do? Give you like a plaque, a receipt, an award, like a graduation like thing, like a piece of paper? Like what do you want me to do? Now, here's the deal. That's the part, like, right there. I'm shoving it back in their face saying, I heard you. And I literally said this. I heard you the first time, the second time, and the third time, and every time after. What do you want me to do? Do you need me to celebrate you? Do you need me to write a song about it? What do you need? And they kind of got quiet, like, oh, shit. So that's one of my tactics to let them know I'm onto you. I'm pointing it out by doing this. Be like, what do you want me to see? Here's what they wanted. They wanted me to join in on the Let's Hate This Person Club, and I didn't do it. So here's what happened. Because I didn't do it, they pushed it more and more and more. And this went on for like, I think 6 months or something, or at least 3 months or more. And what happened was, at this point, the narcissist is getting angry. Now, here's another thing I will do. It's my way of bringing this out into the light, saying, no, I'm not going to play this backstabbing behind your back kind of thing. I called out the hidden intention. I knew what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to hate on this person and be mean to this person, and I didn't. And I finally said to them, like, what do you want? You've been saying this to me for 6 months now. Do you want me to hate on this person like you do? And here's what I said. I go, they never did nothing wrong to me. They were always kind and polite to me. I said, they've always been respectful to me. And here's nothing. I said, I've never had a problem with this person. So I'm not seeing what you're talking about, and I don't understand why you want me to hate them. By doing that, I revealed what their hidden motive was, their intention. They wanted me to join the bandwagon of, hey, let's beat this guy up by looking at him with mean looks and talking out loud and blah, blah, blah. And like, no, I'm not going to beat up some guy who hasn't done nothing wrong to me. So I didn't join not only did I not join the hater club, I pointed it out. And damn, this is when the narcissist is like, this really made this person see. Now, they didn't blatantly show me, but they kind of hid it. So what happens is they start to boil underneath and they start making mistakes. Because they're angry and here's the deal. A narcissist can't openly say, Mike, I want you to join the hater band club. I want you to join our club against this guy. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And I think I literally said, I'm not joining this club. I'm not going to join this whatever. Now, understanding narcissists and their behavior is this is going to anger them and they're going to get more and more. And now here's the deal. I've never done nothing wrong. I've been kind, polite, respectful. But they can't handle it when they're trying to get you to join in against someone. And when and here's the deal. It's one thing to just be like, you just don't do it. It's another thing to shove it in their face verbally, calling their intention out and putting it in their face. This is going to drive them effing freaking nuts. So what happens is they start saying stuff about you, but it becomes more blatant, becomes louder, and it becomes more forceful and pushy, and they're trying to make people not like me now, blah, 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 blah. And so what happens is, next thing you know, people are like, hey, so-and-so said such and such about you. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, there's a receipt. And then another person, and then another person, and over time, and then I confront them like, hey, why do all these people keep coming up to me saying that you said this about me? Why would you say, oh, I never said that? I'm like, oh, so all these people who don't know each other are walking up to me individually, and they're telling me the same thing, and it's coming from you. Now, at this point, I am blatantly just saying, hey, I'm on your game. I know what's going on. And at this point, they are panicking, which causes them to be even more aggressive to get people to join the bandwagon. And because they push so hard, people are like, what's your deal, man? People are onto them. Now, here's the deal. I didn't lie about him. I didn't make up a story. I just put it in his face. I didn't even talk to any of these people. They came to me. And not only that, I did it in this tone of voice in a very nice way. Like, hey, I'm not going to join this hater club. I'm not going to, be against so-and-so. He's never done anything to me. I've never seen him do anything to you. I mean, I've heard you say stories, but so far, so good. So this is what I mean when a narcissist mask slips, is you see it. You see their lies. You can hear their lies. You're aware that they're trying to bully someone. You just see it. So let me go down the list. Number one, they talk about people's personal business, such as if they're on medication or if something bad happened to them, financially or personally, or maybe an ambulance came to get them or something like that. It's like, well, why are you sharing this with me? That's a red flag. Number two, well, I already said it. They talk bad about other people. Now, here's the deal about that. If it's just one person and you've known this person for 6 months, fine. No worries. And this is where narcissists messed up, because now they're talking about this person. Now and here's the thing, it's not like they mention it one time. They'll go over and over, and you're like, dude, I get it. You don't like this person. Why do you keep saying? See, even if it is only one person, but they're trying to get you to join against this person, that's a red flag. And I don't mean if they said something one time or two times because that person hurt them, but I mean if they keep going on and on and on. It's like, dude, like this is the seventh time you've told me. I get it. What do you like? And here's what I do to shove it in their face without being rude. It's just like instead of it being in darkness, like this intention that's kind of hidden beneath the words, you bring it up into reality of, hey, let's be transparent about this. I get it. You want me to join your club against this person. They're like, oh shit, he knows, he's verbally speaking the truth. So one of the things I say is, I get it. You've said it so many times. And then I'll say this, because it puts it on them. And I'll say, what do you want me to do? And I'll say it just like that. I'm not yelling. I'm not screaming. I'm not angry. I'm being just assertive and direct, saying, hey, I've heard this 5 times now. I'm getting sick and tired of it. What do you want me to do? It puts everything on them, and it brings it out into the open. And yes, they're going to start steaming, but they can't say anything. Now, I'm at a point in my journey with dealing with narcissists where, to me, it's kind of funny because I'm trying to be honest about stuff and not doing behind-the-scenes bullshit. And I'm just putting in their face in a very polite and direct and clear kind of way to where, like, hey, this is what's really going on. Let's talk about this. And they can't. And I'll be honest with you, I laugh now. That's the difference compared to where I was at before. Now it's like inside, I'm laughing. I'm even smiling, not to be a smartass, but it's like I can't help it. It's like, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me to join this hater club, but I'm not going to do it. And I bring it out in the open, and I go, oh shit! You see, they're like their tail tucks, and their head kind of goes down. And at the same time, they're freaking angry, and they can't let it out. They have to hold it in, because otherwise they got to be truthful, and they don't. See, that's not the way a narcissist operates. They don't operate out in the open. Okay, so let's go down the list. By the way, when you do stuff by bringing it out into the open, you just destroy everything they're doing, because they're like, oh shit, man, they can see it. Now they're telling other people, and they're saying, like, I'll say that out loud in front of other people. Like, damn, other people just heard that shit. So, okay, so number 1, talk about people's personal business. Number 2, they talk bad about others. Number 3, they try to convince you they are crazy, insane, bipolar, schizophrenic, psychopath, psychotic, and they're on medication. These are words that you'll hear, oh, they're bipolar. And here's the thing. They'll say it about everyone that they don't like, that everyone that they're trying to get people to gang, oh, that person's bipolar. Oh, that person, they're schizophrenic. And it's like, what are you, some kind of psychiatrist? What's going on here, dude? Or are all these people telling you their medical history? Oh, and by the way, I literally say that to them out loud. Like out loud. So if other people are around, I want to make sure I say it loud enough so they can hear it too. Because then this person, oh shit, all these people just heard that. Because those people are probably going, yeah, no shit, he said that about Tom and Steve too, and he said that about Nancy. Like, what's the deal with this? So all of a sudden, people are getting clued in. Do you see how this works? You need to reveal it. It's fun, I'm telling you. You're the last person that they're going to want to piss off. You're also the last person that they're going to go after or say stuff. They're going to start quieting down around you. But if you act scared and quiet and oh my, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, lions, and back away slowly, they're just going to go after you. Because that's what narcissists do. They go after the weak and the timid. They don't go after the strong and the bold. This is not a physical game. This is a social, verbal game. And part of the game on their side is don't say anything directly. Keep it indirect. Keep the truth hidden. But when you come along, you say, hey, let's bring this truth out up into the light so everyone can see it. And they're like, no, because then it doesn't work. Okay, so the last point on number 3 is you can, let's see, they really, really, really work hard to convince you over and over and over the top, especially if you are not just joining in automatically. In other words, if someone is like repeatedly trying to convince you that so-and-so is a bad person, or they're crazy, or they're a cheater, or they're bipolar, or and it's one thing to say something once, maybe twice. It's another thing to keep going. That is a huge clue. That's a huge red flag. Okay, let me go down this list. I think we're on number 4. I'm going faster through this. You can tell. Okay, here's another thing that I did. We'll call this number 4. One thing that I do is when I meet new people, I automatically somehow find a way to start talking about narcissist abuse, how I do YouTube videos about it, or I've studied it. This is what narcissists do. I'm letting people know I know what narcissist abuse is, okay? Here's what it does. If they are a narcissist, it makes them really nervous. Because they're like, oh shit, this person is saying this stuff out loud. They don't like stuff being said out loud. Okay, so let me go down this a little bit more. Okay, so I already said this part. So number one, when you do that, it makes narcissists super nervous, and it causes their masks to come off faster. Narcissists don't deal, they're already nervous people. They're terrified because they've talked so much crap about people. Their unconscious mind's like, fuck, who's on to me? What I say to so-and-so? And see, their lies, the more they talk to you, the more their lies become obvious. Like, okay, so this one person was a devout Republican, just this extreme Republican, which is fine. I'm not knocking it at all. But then one day, someone comes in that's a total liberal, and it's just barking stuff out, and he totally joined in, and I looked at him, and after the person walked out, I'm like, so you're a liberal now? I thought you were a total Republican. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, no. Now, here's the deal. Either way, I don't care. What I do realize is narcissists do this. This is something I realized 7 years ago, that they'll flip political parties within 30 seconds. Here's another thing. One day, they're like, well, you don't actually believe in that stuff. I go, believe in what stuff? They're like, well, God and heaven. I go, oh, yeah, I absolutely believe. Oh, yeah, I believe in Jesus Christ. I absolutely believe in the teachings of Jesus. And I, went on and on about how much I love God. I made it really crystal clear. Well, then about 2 months later, they're all like, oh, yeah, they were talking to someone. And I'm like, wait, you go to church? They're like, well, yeah, why? I'm like, I thought you didn't believe in that stuff. I thought you said it was ridiculous. Oh, no, I go to church every Sunday. I'm like, you? I thought you said you didn't believe it. And this is what they said. They didn't believe in God. They thought all that stuff about heaven's just a bunch of fairy tales, all that bullshit. Now, here's the deal. I don't care either way whether you go to church or not. See, here's my message is they will flip-flop radically from the extreme left to the extreme right on any issue. And it's all based on who they're talking to. If this person is pro-LGBT, all of a sudden they're pro-LGBT. If the next person 30 seconds later is not, now they're not. They just flippity-floppity. Okay, let's see, I think we're on number 5. What does it mean for them to drop their mask or the mask fall off? Well, I've already explained it, so let me just read this one sentence. It means you will see them obviously blatantly talking crap about other people, lying about other people, changing their lies, not remembering what they said, and then saying something different, etc. So number 6, I already said this, go from one political party to another. They flippity-floppity. One day they believe in God, the next day they don't. A month later, suddenly they go to church every Sunday. Okay, now here's another one. Backhanded comments. That's number, I think we're on 7. So here's the deal. This is one of the laziest people I've ever met in my life. I'm like, I would never hire this guy in a billion freaking years. He plays games. He loves to push people's buttons. He's a master at getting underneath people's skins and going, oh, what are you so upset about? So here, let's see. What is it? Okay, so backhanded comments, okay, which I know you've heard of. So I was really pushing my business, and I mean pushing it. I was doing 12 up to 20 hours a day. I think one day I did a 22-hour day. I was just exhausted, man. I did this for like 90 days straight. And he goes, well, do you ever read? I'm like, I read all the time. I read about an hour and a half to 3 hours a day, depending on how much time I have. I'm like, well, at least you're doing something. I'm like, and I looked at this person like, this person does nothing. Now, because I know what backhanded comments are, I looked at him and go, what do you mean at least I'm doing something? I go, bro, how many hours do you work a day? He goes, wait, 8 hours. I go, yeah, I work a minimum of 12. He goes, really? I'm like, yeah. And on top of that, I do reading, etc., etc. So then, what was the next thing? So I ride my bike twice a week, okay? I go to the Golden Gate Bridge and back, etc. If I go further, I'll take a bus into Sausalito, then I'll ride into the city, whatever. And so I came back one day, and I pulled over and talked to him for a minute, and he goes, wow, I wish I could do that. And I'm kind of looking at him like, so what do you do with all your time when you go home? You just literally sit on the couch for 16 hours a day? He does nothing. He has no hobbies. He doesn't have a bike. Nothing. So I said, so why can't you ride a bike twice a week? Like, what's the problem? And he just got really quiet. He literally walked away. I go, do you even own a bike? He doesn't work overtime. He doesn't have a part-time job. He doesn't go to college. He doesn't go to seminars. Nothing. He doesn't read. I mean, nothing but watch TV all day long. So here's the deal. That was a backhanded compliment, okay? It's kind of like, oh, I wish I could do that. Like, it's not, see, here's the thing. Like, I felt it in my gut. It was like a sucker punch. It's like he's saying, oh, well, you're so lucky you can do that. I'm like, well, why am I so lucky? Like you can afford to buy a bicycle. You have time. Like, you literally not only have 2 days off, but you can ride before you go to work. You could ride after work. Like, but you don't. That's not lucky me. That's you being a lazy dumbass. So here's the deal. I tend to push myself. Sometimes I'll go with only 4 hours of sleep, sometimes even less for 2 or 3 days. I just push myself and I want to get out and get things done and make things happen. So here's the deal. This is what they're doing. I've been this way my whole life, and I have heard comments like that since I was a kid, getting straight A's in school. I had 4 paper routes. I was a state champion in boxing. I'm doing all this stuff, and all these people, oh, you're so lucky. What they're trying to do is they're trying to take away your effort and your hard work, saying, oh, you didn't work hard. No, you're just lucky. If someone pulls that on you, don't ever talk to them again. Be done with them. That's too bad if they're lazy. That's on them. I was so exhausted during that 90 days doing all that work. I literally rode my bike into the city, and I only got like 2.5 hours sleep one night, and the day before 4 hours, the day before that about 4 hours. I literally just crashed on the lawn, so I literally fell asleep for like 15 minutes because I was so exhausted. That's the way I do it. I push myself. Life's a choice. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But never listen to anyone who ever says something like, oh, you're so lucky, after you've worked your ass off and you've pushed yourself beyond. That's it, guys. God bless you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it. If you have, click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment. And remember, there's a PayPal link right there in the description box if you want to go ahead and leave a donation. Alright, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.